Good evening, good evening, good evening. How's everybody doing? This is Allie with Making Connections with Allie and Shay. We've missed a few days, a lot of different things going on, but we're here tonight to try to catch up. I'm going to do 2 days tonight and then possibly 2 days tomorrow, Shay or I. So we'll go ahead and get started since I'm doing 2 days. So March 16th, fun facts of March. March 16th is one National Artichokes Hearts Day. If you guys have had artichoke spinach, is that what it's called? Spinach dip. It's made with artichokes. Yeah, yeah, it is. Anyway, it's a tasty treat as an appetizer, a side dish, or an added flavor to an entree, maybe like a pizza or salad, different things like that. Flatbread, you can make a saute. It's a good source. Artichoke hearts are a good source of vitamin C, folate, and magnesium. The antioxidants in vitamin in artichokes are good for your liver. They promote healthy skin, and they're high in fiber, calcium, and protein. So it sounds like, and they're also low in calories, and they're fat free and cholesterol free, so it's a relatively healthy snack. As long as you don't start adding a lot of other things to them, but it is a relatively healthy option. California is known as the artichoke capital of the world because they supply nearly 100% of North America with the artichokes that they receive. It was also talking about March 16th. Everything you do is right day. I missed that day, dang it. But it's just a day because the 15th was everything you think is wrong. So they came back with the 16th, I guess, to make people feel better about themselves. So everything you do is right. If you were late, if something did happen, it's okay because we know that everything works good, works for your good, for the good of them who love the Lord, okay? So even if something was wrong, it's really right because if you look at the silver lining under it, it was right. It was meant to happen. It was meant for a reason, even if it was something that wasn't good. Um, Freedom of information. It also commemorates the birthday of President James Madison. Madison earned the name Father of the Constitution and was an advocate for openness in government. He was instrumental in drafting the U.S. Constitution and author of the U.S. Bill of Rights. He held individual rights and freedom of information in high regard. Having information, we've said that before, information, knowledge is key. So he held those things in high regard. In 1809, the people elected James Madison as the president. And he reigned from 1809 to 1817. And in 1966, Congress passed the Freedom of Information Act into a law. So, and then also on for March 16th, it was National Panda Day. Aren't pandas cute? They're really cute animals with the little white face, black bodies. They good out white faces? Let me look. I just know they're cute. They're black and white, so they're cute. I can't remember what part of them is what color, but they are really, really cute animals. And they're also one of the world's most unique, endangered, and adored animals. They are native to China. The giant pandas are members of the bear family called Ursidae. I don't really know if I pronounced that right. It's Ursidae. Um, because of their endangered um, statistic that's the word I'm looking for. There are some rare panda breeding programs that are around because, as I said, they're endangered. And so they've got a few programs around, I guess, trying to, breed pure pandas and repopulate. In the wild, there are approximately 1,864 and 100 living in zoos around the world. So it's really not a lot, is it? Supposedly, they have a very sweet disposition. They typically isolate themselves and they eat mostly plants, but they do not hibernate in the winter like other bears. So that was for March 16th. National Artichoke Hearts Day. Everything you do is right. We all should have been on that day, right? National Freedom of Information and National Panda Day. So moving on to March 17th, which is National 3D Day. I thought this was kind of interesting. It celebrates art, science, and history of stereoscopic 3D imagery. Um, it also celebrates and talks about the developments of the technologies used to create 3D photographs, art, and movies. Um, this was what I thought was interesting. It says, our two eyes, we have two, are slightly different, see from a slightly different perspective. The two points of view are then combined in our brain, and the difference between what our eyes see are perceived as the depth of something. So our two eyes see things slightly different, but then all that imagery is combined in the brain, and the difference is perceived as depth. So therefore, when we're watching those movies, and then we have those shades on that give that whatever they do in those shades. I meant to look that up because I thought that even that part was interesting, but I'm gonna go on. But that's called stereoscopic vision. I just thought that was neat. Never knew that. So the first 3D drawings were made by scientist Sir Charles Wheatstone in 1838. In the late 19th century, 3D photography became popular, and in the 20th century, invention of 3D movies, comic books, and holography became popular. And then, of course, as we went into the digital age, they're able to make the digital images into 3D images as well. So I thought that was very interesting. So National 3D Day. It's also National, well, the 17th. National Corned Beef and Cabbage Day. It says this coincides with St. Patrick's Day. It says to corn something is to preserve it in a salty brine. Corned beef is a salt cured beef product. In traditional Irish cabbage and corned beef and cabbage recipes, salt, pork, or bacon joint was used instead of corned beef. So once they came to America in the 1800s, the Irish migrated to America. They found that the Jewish dish corned beef was very similar to what they knew as the pork joint or bacon joint. So they began to substitute that into the dish known as corned beef and cabbage. Um, so that was neat. Um, so it says soon, but this was an Irish American dish. Not necessarily when they were in Ireland, but once they migrated to America, they began to have that dish on St. Patrick's Day. Which leads us into the next national day, St. Patrick's Day. Did you all wear your green? I don't think I did. St. Patrick's Day was also known as the Feast of St. Patrick. Typically, green was worn in honor of the celebration, and they decorated with shamrocks. Um, it dates back to 1726. St. Patrick would use shamrocks to represent the Holy Trinity. Although in America the holiday is kind of rowdy, we drink the green beer and wear our green clothes and have parades with tons of green and party all night, and it gets kind of rowdy. In the U.S., um, What else do? We talk about leprechauns and all that stuff. Finding a leprechaun and getting a pot of gold. But in Ireland, the day was actually a more solemn event compared to the way we celebrate here in the U.S. And typically in Ireland, they did not eat the famous dish we just talked about, the corned beef and hash. Again, that was like an Irish American dish. So that's a little bit about St. Patrick's Day. The next thing for March 17th is the day we're on is World Social Work Day. Um, it recognizes the hard work and the dedication of social workers. We know that social workers do a lot of work. They advocate for people. They are a voice for people that don't have a voice. It could be children, could be elderly, um, just various people. So it recognizes the dedication of those who serve our community, and they serve in many roles. Like I said, and they assess their clients' needs or their challenges, and they act as an advocate. They speak for their clients to get them the resources that they need, and so that they can improve their lives. They make sure that you're in a safe environment. Sometimes they come out and check out homes and just different things. They respond to crisis situations, and sometimes a social worker is just overworked and underappreciated and underpaid. But they can work in different areas like medical facilities, child welfare, and human services agencies in schools, and they can even become educators, educating others on why social work is needed and why social workers are important. So again, I just wanted to do a brief update and kind of get us. We didn't do a couple days, so kind of want to just get up that catch that gap up. So again, I went over March 16th, which is National Artichoke Hearts Day. Very good, healthy source of a snack, appetizer. Everything you do is right day. Too bad. Sorry I didn't tell y'all about that one. National Freedom of Information Day. Also representing James Madison, President, the fourth President of the U.S., because he regarded information and um, equality, was it? I don't think we use the word equality, but individual rights. So, in high regard. National Panda Day, a very endangered species, but supposedly, like I said, very mild and sweet disposition, but they are very cute, and they are very adored, and they do not hibernate like other bears. So we went into March 17th, which is National 3D Day, where we have 3D imagery and arts, comic book, movies, digital aspects. It's just a real neat day. Real neat thing. If you've never seen a 3D movie or looked at a 3D book, go check it out. National Corned Beef and Cabbage Day, which led us into St. Patrick's Day, and then National World Social Work Day. So if you know a social worker, give them a shout out, on social media, through a text, call them. Just tell them you thank them for what they do. Even if they're not your social worker, but you know they're doing the work, because they do a lot of work. And we know, even from interview we did with fosters and teen care and stuff like that, they have so many people that they work for, and there's so many people who need a social worker. There is a shortage, so they are overworked, underpaid, and underappreciated. So if you know one, give them a shout out. So tomorrow, or is it today already? Tomorrow we will do day 18 and day 19 and be caught up. Again, this is Allie with Making Connections with Allie and Shay. You can listen to us every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, every Saturday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. The link to connect is bit.ly, that's bit.ly / Making Connections Radio Show. Every Saturday at 12. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And what else am I going to tell you? Oh, the interview this week is with Felicia Rivers of Geechee One Films. So make sure you tune in to hear about her and all the stuff that she has going on. She's an author, she's a mom, she produces indie films, she's got a lot going on. So again, make sure you follow us, like our page, join the Facebook group, and we appreciate your support. All right, until tomorrow, take care.